Well, hello everyone. A new season, a new year for the Minnesota Wind Chill as they look to exact revenge over their early exit at the 2023 championship weekend appearance. Lost in the semifinals this year. They're 2-0 to start the year this year, going up against the Pittsburgh Thunderbirds. And Minnesota
gets close on the doorstep.
Yeah, through the center. Bergmeyer's got the disc. Floats it over the top to Christian Johnson. You mentioned he'd be handling, and he gets it back to Bergmeyer.
Nice little give-and-go action. Maybe put that disc a little bit too far forward, but hey, it just makes for all that better of a highlight. It really struggles, though, in transition. So if Pittsburgh is able to find one throw and link it into another, that's when it can kind of get busted wide open. But
and
that
Shepard,
deep shot,
not able to get it. That was Carl Johnson throwing it to Shepard. And a low throw, but a nice save there in the middle of the field, again by Newell.
A rare throw up the middle here, but the zone defense moves back, and already, you know, Thunderbirds, they're playing very cool, calm, and collected. They're not getting flustered. They're waiting. They're making very deliberate moves, and this one is the exact epitome of that. Just this nice, easy, almost looks lackadaisical throw, but it travels, it sails, and it's an easy point.
Yeah, absolutely. A great layout attempt there, but Vanoka still comes down with it, finds Snyder on the near side of the field, puts it in play for Michael Jordan, working it up the field. That's number 32, Greg Cousins, sends it up for Vanoka, got a defender on him, and he waits for it to come down.
Very challenging to do so. Hopefully Minnesota this time learns from their past mistakes and gets it up a little bit further on the field. Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's a Callahan.
That was a Callahan there by Vukovic. We saw the wind. That was downwind, too.
Yep, that disc just kind of caught the lip of it, stayed up there, and that was a charging in, easiest. You know, the smile is on his face even before he lands on the ground. That is the third point in a row. Still waiting, and they're not really doing a lot of these kind of reset throws. We saw in the first game, the first series against them, they had a lot more completions by now, but this time they're using up the whole stall count, really milking those seconds, just kind of waiting, and there's a deep flick in.
It's a risky throw. Mass looks for Johnson, and the disc hangs in there. Sort of fell down right at the end into his hands. Great touch by Mass there to find Carl Johnson.
They just are not finding this rhythm that I think they're so used to seeing, and they've been relying a lot on these bigger throws. And
yeah, Raiders sends it up.
Oh, this does not lie. Quinn Snyder coming in with a monster grab to preserve that one. Refs not giving an interference call earlier.
I think they would have if he hadn't have caught the disc. Minnesota sideline was calling for the interference as Mulder had pushed the receiver, but Quinn Snyder made it not even matter. He came back for that disc, made a great sliding catch. He's involved in the play there as Raiders, your primary handler, sends it up for Snyder, but that's not who ends up catching it. It's Greg Cousins who catches it past a diving Pittsburgh player.
All right, we talked about momentum. I gotta say, it's completely shifted now. But taking a look at this one again, yeah, that's a foul if I've ever seen one. They don't call it initially because look at this catch. Quinn Snyder with maybe the... Still working. Some of these hammers, these discs that are just kind of floating up in the air, they're giving me heart palpitations here. As I just kind of feel like they're going to get pulled down any second. But here's a deep shot looking all by himself, and it's an easy score for Minnesota. Tie ball game.
Yeah, Tanner Barkus able to get open as that one almost goes a little far, but Dillard makes a nice catch on the near side of the field.
Yep, nice ups. Huge release, though.
Newell looking for Vukovic, and he makes the grab right on the end zone, and that'll be a nice, easy score for Vicardi.
Sticking with it, one punch after another. The Pittsburgh Thunderbirds continue to stay up, and my eyes are on the clock. There's still 3:40 left in this quarter, and man, that stall count must be getting pretty high as an outstretched Madison is not quite able to bring that in.
Yeah, Max Shepard on Madison action. He's been held pretty quiet so far, but he gets it into Carl Johnson with 48 seconds left here in the half, and you wonder if Minnesota's going to try a
30 seconds, rather 25 seconds is all the time the Wind Chill will have, and they have to move it quick. They want this point. They want to be tied going into half.
Yeah, Raider got the disc in very quickly. Interesting to see him handling right at the end zone as Snyder finds Cousins.
10 seconds.
There's 10 seconds left. Minnesota moving in range.
Have to take a shot.
And that's Jordan looking into the end zone, and Minnesota scores.
With 1 second left, 9-9. I think technically there will be a pull, but that's pretty much all there's going to be as anything else happens here. And
backward catch around the 35-yard line allows Minnesota's defense to get back in position.
Big shot deep.
It doesn't matter.
Whoa, there's that disc floating.
And a great catch. That's reprimand. Gets it this time.
Oh, that was, man, this disc is doing crazy stuff here with the wind. And instead of Minnesota.
You mentioned, I think he still has 100% completion percentage. That's a nice find there as Lacey goes up. Risky toss. And now it's continuation. And Cousins gets it close. Lacey's there.
10 seconds.
Doesn't take the open shot, trying to save a little time. And now a give and go here as Barkas finds Cousins in the back of the end zone. And that's a goal with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Ooh, once again, Minnesota is
back to an original chance to make a hold here for the Thunderbirds as Marshall had the disc, able to get it. They go deep here to Logan Call.
He's got a half step.
Martell catching up to it, and he makes the grab. Sends it in the end zone with a Naruto run for Robin Millard.
I mean, that was just, you know, a couple of inches short from Minnesota being able to convert earlier, and then Pittsburgh says, yeah, you're going to make these mistakes. We're going to make you pay for them in a hurry. A little bit of a mismatch there. Tristan moves
over
it
to
up.
Petrovic, and he thought about going deep for Bevan on the far side of the end zone, but able to take that time, reset the disc into Hansen, into Lacey, and that's a goal for Kittleson.
And it is a tie game with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left, 15-15. Tough to get out of here. Stringent defense.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing well. Pittsburgh's got to get in. They're at about midfield, 30 seconds left. They've had a tough time end of quarter today as well. Minnesota has scored right at the end of time the last 2 quarters as Shepard goes long for Zaccardi. And he drops it. He's going to argue.
Pushed out?
It looks like they called. So he's for sure out. I don't think they're going to give him.
Too hard to see where his feet landed in, but at the end of it, they do signal the score for him with 18 seconds left. The crowd not happy, but Pittsburgh is elated.
Of a goal there. So Minnesota getting to the 35. There's 8 seconds left. Disc going into the middle, and Shepard stops that from happening. And Pittsburgh wins in heartbreaking fashion for this home crowd. All we can talk about is that foul on the sidelines. Was it a foul?